Hello, lovelies, and welcome to today's video. It is another little gaming video where we explore some of the world of inZOI. It was intended this time round to actually be a voiceover. Last time I had some difficulties with recording and whatnot, but yeah, this time I did want to just chat a little bit here and there. So I've actually gone into new game, and there's so much more than my previous video where it was just like what they put out originally as like the demo, which was just having some fun in the Creator ZOI feature. But this has all your aspirations, or desired life as they call it. This has life of simplicity, life of creativity, life of discovery, and you can see that I was sort of taking the time to go through the ones that sparked the most interest in me and see which ones would be the most interesting to pursue for my little ZOI. I think I ended up going for the life of wisdom because I can't get away from the bookish nature. I like to know stuff and I like to read, and that said that they take enjoyment, I think, from like reading and things like that. So I ended up choosing that one, if I recall correctly. I wasn't expecting there to be so much of a selection for the desired life. I was thinking maybe like 5 or 6 main avenues, but really there's quite a lot, and it goes into even more depth further still because you can choose like the avenue you want to direct your desired life to be, whether it's like a scholar, a leader, this, that, the other. So I thought that was really cool. So we are starting off with another one of the presets. I have sort of tried to, I don't know if you guys saw my previous video where I was doing some Creator ZOI features, but I was trying to recreate that one because it didn't like transfer, even though I still had the clothes that I made, or the clothes that I saved rather. It carried through to this game. But yeah, I struggled. The angling, and there was a bit of a sharpness to this new ZOI that I couldn't quite soften up. So I think on like a stylistic level, I definitely preferred the original ZOI that I created and honed in. But this one's also beautiful. I think I like how she looks by the end. I don't know, I couldn't figure out how to soften her features. I also changed the direction of her mouth because I studied wow, that's not what I meant to say. I saw that there were more, like even more details you could change, and one of them was like the curvature of the mouth and stuff. So I gave it a little smile, and honestly it kind of looks a bit creepy, but I didn't think it looked too bad in this section. It wasn't until a little bit of gameplay later where I was like, oh, she looks a little bit demonic. And I think that's like one of the main things, other than the harshness of the jawline I couldn't quite soften. It was the mouth that threw it off, and I just couldn't get it to quite look like the original ZOI that I put so much work into. But nevertheless, in terms of like the base presets and the idea that I was going for, I think she looks somewhat similar. to speed up some of the process where I am really just trying to get those finer details, constantly looking back and forth to the picture I had of the original Zoe that I created, just trying to get it to look as much as possible. Like, looking back at it now, I think the cheeks are more defined than previous, and I think that adds to the more strength in the jawline and the shape of the face. Again, beautiful, different vibe than I was going for, but I like it. I don't think you can change like face details like that now once it's saved. I feel like maybe you can add like makeup and this, that, and the other, but I don't think you can actually change the body shape and the face shape. But please correct me if I'm wrong. I have been back in it very, very briefly, and I couldn't figure out how to do it. Might not have been pressing the right thing, might not have been paying much attention, to be quite frank. But I am having a lot of fun clearly, changing the facial features. There's just so much like little definitions that you can add, like even the eyebrows. You see like how they furrow up, furrow down, widen, go close together, and how it creates such expression. I have obviously not played a huge amount of in-game play yet. However, I have got a little bit more tapped onto the end of this video, but I've heard some reviews say that it feels like a soulless like version of The Sims, and I don't know, like this, like with all the character the character like creation, it feels like you really are having this realistic approach. But I guess like you look behind the eyes and it's like, what's there? But as I say, like on an actual gameplay base, I don't know too much, because I'm just in the excitement of it all from the very little that I've properly played. So I don't know if it really lacks soul, because I'm currently just meeting like characters. It feels very free. I like that they do their own thing if they're left to their own devices, and I feel that gives soul. This is now where I mess around with the mouth, and it gets wider and more curved and more sinister. Again, it doesn't look too awful here. That's obviously why I kept it. I thought it looked really cute, like just to have a little slight smile. But Jesus, it's uncanny, isn't it? It's really, really freaky. Oh my god, that's quite frightening, but it's so cool. I'm just in such, not two minds in that I'm like, oh, I hate it, but I love it, but just at how it unsettles me a little bit at how detailed it is, but I love it. It's so cool. Anyway, I am a sucker for character creation, and yes, I do spend the majority of my time in that mode rather than playing the game. But I know there's a lot of people out there that do enjoy a little bit of character creation, so I'd keep it in this video just for you. Alright, it is time for the body. This was quite fun. I wanted tone but chubbed, if that makes sense. I wanted like muscle mummy yet cuddly bear vibes. And I think that was achieved. I think. Um in this clip we will see. I really like the features of like the slope of the shoulders, the height, narrowing, widening of the neck. Yeah, I felt like I was trying to put things into proportion, but also having it like the aesthetic that I wanted. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, that was quite fun. I think it could be a bit more clearer. I don't know how it would, but I feel like it could be a bit more clearer on like the actual adjustments. I don't know if they're just subtle and they're intended to be subtle, or if it was just me. But yeah, there was a couple of things I couldn't quite tell what it was moving, mainly on like the torso. I don't know. So like maybe if it had like a little arrow or something sort of in the direction that spot could go. Do you know what I mean? Because I was like, for example, that bit that just went up, I was like dragging it around, not knowing what I was supposed to do with that section, right? So yeah, I think that could be a little bit clearer, but it's not like the end of the world. You figure it out. Do you know what I mean? After this, I then go around messing about some more with facial features because I'm like, no, I can get this to how it looked before. But I think there was just a couple of things that wasn't quite as harmonious as I had liked before that were thrown off, and I couldn't figure them all out at once. So it just wasn't giving what I wanted it to give. And yeah, I soon gave up on that. But yeah, you can see finessing. I was trying to widen the jaw out a bit, thinking that would like circularize it rather than make it square, but it was just giving her like the little jibbly bits, and that's not the look I was going for. It was cute, but not the one that I was after. I just couldn't quite get it, but I soon went on to some pure joy to see that the outfits that I'd saved from, as I mentioned earlier, the creator Zoe just like demo part, I guess. Even though I didn't play it as a demo, I just played it last time. Anyway, I digress. That those were saved, so I was like, yay! I don't have to muck around too much on outfits, because at this point I really wanted to get in with the game, and I'm sure you guys do too. But as I say, I enjoy this part too. But I also wanted to see what the game was giving. These outfits are so cute. So these are some of the ones that I saved previously. I just love the terracotta and the brown kind of shades there. This one was kind of a preset outfit already. This one was supposed to be like a work outfit. I think the preset one that I mentioned a minute ago with like that jacket, I can't remember. I changed one thing. I can't remember what it was. It might have been like an accessory or something. So yeah, I had a couple that was saved, and I just wanted to go in really and add some accessories and some finishing touches. Like I wanted to uniform like the underwear, add nails and makeup and that sort of thing. Did mess up a little bit because I thought I could do different makeup on each like saved outfit, but it and the hair as well. But I think it's the same with Sims. You just kind of the hair and the makeup like stay the same unless I don't know that there's an option to change it. I think there's an option to change it on The Sims as well. I can't remember. But yeah, I couldn't figure out quite exactly how to do that, if that was a thing. So yeah, I do go through the process of, I think, adding makeup to different looks and such, and then realizing, hold on a minute, when I go back to this, the makeup is gone. No. So after doing these like little flourishes and customizations, I really wanted to give it a go of doing that AI creation where you can add like different prints and stuff or type in a pattern to create a print. I just wanted a cow pattern from what I can remember, like a milky blue kind of shaded one, because I tried to do that in the previous video and that's where it had crashed. But I think that was because it was like an experimental feature maybe in the create inZOI just like little demo clip thing. But yeah, it seemed to work here quite nicely, so I did utilize that a little bit more in terms of adding like different little patterns to the outfits themselves, like a cat or something to the shoes, the blue and white cow print to the boiler suit or play suit, whatever this thing's called, that the character's wearing. And yeah, so I was trying to figure out, oh, okay, it doesn't automatically just go straight on the pattern. You have to save it and then like add it, which isn't really a lot of things. But this came out like far groovier than I was expecting. It's not really a cow print, it's more of just like swirls and stuff, but it's quite pretty and it has the essence of kind of what I was after. So I was like, oh, okay, fantastic. This is working interestingly. Yeah, so I thought, let me try it on different kind of, not materials, but different kind of like outfit pieces, I suppose, to see how that would look. So yeah, as I say, I try the shoes next with, I think, like little cat face print sort of thing. I kind of wanted it, did I want it like one big cat? So I've basically got a pair of shoes that have a cat face on the toe of it, but I typed in just cat face pattern and it gives you like multiple. I don't know if there's a way to edit it so it's just one big face, do you know what I mean, like rather than like loads of little cat faces. But it was, yeah, it came out cute. Even the little movements, or like the little body gestures, how she sort of fixes the balance of her body and what you do to get comfy, you know, is just so interesting to see. I messed up a little bit with some of the fiddly bits. I kept like backing out when I didn't mean to, but I really do like the craft feature of the outfits that they have in the like creators or setup. How you can just customize some basic pieces, like the length of the tops, the style of the tops, same with the trousers, and you can basically just do variations of those. It does look like when the finished product is saved, it doesn't save the color necessarily, but then when you do go back to like clothe your Zoe, you've got that color wheel anyway, so you can sort of set it back to your preferred color and make like a couple of those outfits saved. It was just a bit annoying that I didn't know that to begin with, because I spent time, you know, having the different shades of green or whatever in the say like in these different places, and then having to redo that again when I was actually like donning the outfit. But as I say, it's neither here nor there. Just a little bit that I would have thought could have run a bit smoother to save you having to like repeat an action. Like, what was the point of adding the color wheel here if it wouldn't have saved as that color in the actual clothing category? Do you know what I mean? But yeah, as I say, you've still got quite creative freedom of changing up the colors and adding, you know, if you don't want to keep changing it every single time, you know, making multiples of the same outfit just in different shades and hues and colours, which I thought was really cute and actually quite realistic. Because I'm not going to lie, like if I like something, I'm going to buy multiple of it in different colours. And then if it's like your basic colours like black, grey, whatever, even not basic colours, because I like bright colours, I'll probably get a couple of the same shade. Do you know what I mean? Because I'm going to want to wear it multiple times a week. So I feel like this option is quite realistic when you're looking at how you would dress yourself in real life, and you'd have your staple pieces that you circulate, constantly, repetitively, all the dang time, right? Okay, we're about to drift off to some world features and such now, but I do want to quickly mention that when you're saving your outfit, again, I don't know if this is just me and it's just me not figuring things out, because that is quite often the case. It's strange that when you go to each like top section, like in The Sims, and you've got like your summer clothes, your winter clothes, etc., it saves it. You still have to go back to the main everyday page to save the outfit. So I felt like I had to kind of reshuffle and delete and resave it when I went into the tab, but I don't actually know if they've saved to be that specific category of clothing. Like, I don't know if she's automatically going to put that outfit on for work, because it didn't look like it was being saved to those specific categories. Do you know what I mean? Right. Okay. Let's watch this. Okay, it's time to choose where we are going to live. Oh, we've got Dowon, which is like the Korean metropolis, I guess you could say, very city based. I think this was one of the original 2 places that you could choose. There's Kuchingu. Oh my god, I am definitely not saying that properly. This one I really wanted to go to because there's cats and it's island living, and it just seems so tranquil, kind of Hawaiian in feel, in vibe, in tone. But I then realised it said coming soon, and I was like, well, we're not going to go there, are we? I wonder if it gives you the ability to move later on. And then there's Bliss Bay, which is the more Americanized Western beach kind of house place, with like fairgrounds and things of that nature. I was more interested in going to Dowon this time round because I thought, maybe it's going to be more populated, busy with, characters that I can meet and greet, because it is that city dwelling. I really like this loading screen. It's so beautiful, and I love that cats are such a big part of this, so it makes sense that they're actually going to be inputting animals into the game, especially with that new area on the map coming soon. It's like, well, duh, of course there's going to be pets, right? Especially cats. It's the whole thing gives cat. It gives cat lady. I love it. So yeah, this is such a cute little still of game promo, I guess you could say. Right, we are about to have a little look at this map to choose exactly where my lot's going to be. I wanted something easy. I wanted to make sure that there was already like a fully furnished house, apartment, and the ones that I was more interested in were like the areas, I should say, or the places that I was interested in living were the empty lots, and I didn't really feel like going into building just yet. Maybe at a later stage. I don't know how many households you can have in one game. I'm assuming you can have multiple. I don't know, that's just something that I would gather. But I wanted to start off with something simple and just have a ready-made, ready-to-play house that's furnished with everything. But I am keen to make it my own, shall we say, and update everything, because everything is so clean and cute, and I do want to try with that vibe, but I'm also a mess in my life, and I like that to reflect in my little simulated lives. That's how it be. After much spinning about and confusion, don't worry, there's more to come. I am finally inside my apartment. I'm messing around with the mouse dynamics, the keys. It's WASDA. You can also use the mouse. You can let them move on their own. Yeah, this was an experience. It feels similar, or familiar rather, and non-familiar at the same time. It's so bizarre. Um, Straight away, this is a fully furnished carpet. Well, sure, that too, maybe. Looks like it's wooden floors to me, though. Fully furnished apartment, and it looks beautiful. It looks so stunning, but this personally lacks personality for me. But of course, that's something I can build on, or I could have just, created my own lot, maybe. But I don't know how quickly money runs out in this sort of game, how easy it is to obtain, and of course I don't have a job in this world yet, which will be quite interesting in exploring. But what I really wanted to do was kind of get to grips with the controls, kind of learn the game, I suppose. Look around my surroundings, see how many tasks you can have on the screen at once. Also move around these little overlays. That was quite cool. And just look around the surrounding area. So later on, I have a little wander around the park, and just have a little meander, getting grips to this life. It runs quite beautifully, actually. I think I ended up clearing a load of stuff because when the first one crashed, I thought, oh, maybe it's because I didn't have enough storage on my laptop for the game's saves. And I was contemplating like shadow play at some points, but I didn't really clear that much off in the grand scheme of things. And yeah, it sort of just optimizes with my laptop capability. And yeah, I think it's all right. It's not glitchy or anything. It's not as smooth as other people's gameplays I've seen, I'm sure, but it's definitely playable, definitely comfortable, and it still looks very beautiful. So yeah, please sit back and enjoy the next couple of minutes or so as we have a little wander. I don't know if I included the park exploration or if I just did that at a later date, but yeah, just enjoy the run around of the apartment, I guess. And yeah, I will say goodbye now and thank you for watching.